What up, what up, what up, my people? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are diving into The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Part 1 by BTS. And look, I know I've been on a bit of a slower streak the past few weeks. Sometimes, as I mentioned in the last video, life can get away from you, but I'm excited to try and get back into the full swing of things. I also have been told that this project is where a bit of the sound starts to shift. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I'm excited to see the next step of BTS's journey. We've made it through the beginning of their career now. I got some more to go see in the live section there, but I want you to recommend those to me as we continue down the actual journey of the music itself. And so with that being said, yeah, I'm just gonna get straight into this one today. This is the intro.
오늘따라 내미 말아보여 코트 위에 한숨이 고여 현실이 두려운 소년 공을 던질 때면 유일하게 맘이 되는 너야 홀로 던지는 건 림을 향해서 내가 던지는 건 수많은 고민과 삶의 걱정거리 세상을 아는 척하지만 아직 설레고 뭐 코트가 내 놀이터 손짓에 따라서 발렵한 작은 공이쳐 성격은 바닥을 기지만 난다 오히려 세상에 다 잘 될 거라며 괜시리 소리쳐 하지만 세상은 되레 없죠 그럴 거면 멈춰 머리를 채운 상념 공대신 미래를 던져 또 남들이 칠하는 별점과 성공의 기준은 결격 덩이암처럼 퍼지는 걱정 God damn it 던져버린 공과 함께 퍼진 웃음 더 차오른 네 숨은 꿈틀대는 꿈들 빨라지는 초보 행복해지는 마음 이 순간은 영원할 듯하지만 해지는 밤에 다시 찾아오면 또 먹는 현실 정신을 차리면 또 겁먹은 병신 같은 내 모습에 자꾸만 또 겁이 나 덮도는 현실과 남들은 앞서 달려가는데 왜 난 아직 여기 나 숨을 쉬어 아니면 꿈을 꿔 지금 심장박동에 맞춰 다시 너를 줘 남들의 얄팍한 잣대에 갇혀 모른 척하며 살다간 코트처럼 인생도 놀자 What am I doing my life 이 순간은 언제든 다시 찾아오지 않나 다시 나에게 되물어봐 지금 행복한가 그 답은 이미 정해졌어 난 행복하다
Production is great, the way it's really swelling back and forth. Alright, so that was the intro. Before we get to I Need You, the official music video, really interesting to see a project start with just Suga. I know that in the previous projects, we've seen some that have just the rap line, and a lot of you have mentioned it's a lot of the rap line for the intros, a lot of the vocal line for the outros. Very fascinating they chose to go with just a deeper piece from Suga. I loved it. Thought the writing was brilliant, really beautiful. I always will say, ever since I've listened to D-Day, he is a master of that complex duality of shifting both sides of a perspective, glass half full, glass half empty. Really makes you think in such a intrinsic way. I really enjoyed that. I love the metaphor and similes he uses to the idea of basketball and really shooting your shot and putting yourself out there. I know I mentioned in the last video, Knicks just want to chip. You never know what can happen in life. You gotta have that mentality of pushing through, working through. One side you had Wemby, a perennial God-gifted, brilliant athlete who is 7'6", and on the other side you had a regular 6'1" dude who's just worked harder than everybody else around him. You can define who you want to be. If you didn't see the last video, something that Brunson said that I mentioned there that I will always think about is, it's okay to think about the worst scenario. You're allowed to do that, but then go do something about it. And that's what Suga's saying. He's saying, I'm asking these questions. It's difficult. Am I happy? Whatever it is. Okay, I gotta just breathe and focus on the good things. Rather than spreading like cancer, the negatives, just focus on the positive and shoot your shot. Yeah, let's get into I Need You. I like that. Really, really unique way to start an album. April 24th, 2015.
everything 흩어지네 everything 떨어지네 너 때문에 나 이렇게 망가져 그만할래 이제 나 안 가져 못하겠어 뭐 같아서 제발 핑계 같은 건 삼가져 네가 나한테 이러면 안 돼요 네가 한 모든 말은 안 돼요 진실을 가리고 날 찢어 날 찍어 난 미쳐 다 싫어 전부 가져가 난 네가 그냥 미워 But you are everything 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 제발 좀 꺼져 미안해 사랑해 용서해 I need you girl 왜 혼자 사랑하고 혼자서만 이별해 I need you girl 왜 다칠 거라면서 자꾸 네가 필요해 I need you girl 넌 아름다워 I need you girl 너무 차가워 I need you girl I need you girl I need you girl I need you girl
Production is really unique.
It goes round and round 나 왜 자꾸 돌아오지 하고 down and down 이쯤 되면 내가 바보지 나 무슨 짓을 해봐도 어쩔 수가 없다고 분명 내 심장 내 맘 내 가슴인데 왜 말을 안 하냐고 또 혼자 말았네 또 혼자 말았네 또 혼자 말았네 또 혼자 말았네 넌 아무 말 안 해 하셔봐 내가 잘할게 하늘은 또 파랗게 하늘은 또 파랗게 하늘이 파래서 햇살이 빛나서 내 눈물이 더 잘 보이나 봐왜 나는 너인지 왜 하필 너인지 너를 떠날 수가 없는지 I need you girl 왜 혼자 사랑하고 혼자서만 이별해 I need you girl 왜 다칠 거라면서 자꾸 네가 필요해 I need you girl 넌 아름다워 I need you girl 너무 차가워 I need you girl I need you girl I need you girl girl 차라리 헤어지자고
Nice bridge.
해줘 girl 사랑이 아니었다고 해줘 내겐 그럴 용기가 없어 내게 마지막 선물을 줘 더는 돌아갈 수 없도록 I need you girl 왜 혼자 사랑하고 혼자서만 이별해 I need you girl 왜 다칠 거라면서 자꾸 네가 필요해 I need you girl 왜 혼자 사랑하고 혼자서만 이별해 I need you girl 왜 다칠 거라면서 자꾸 네가 필요해 I need you girl I need you girl 너무 차가워 I need you girl I need you girl I need you girl
All right, so that was I Need You. And before we get into Hold Me Tight, super unique vibe. And I definitely will need to listen back to that one a few more times with and without the video to really get a better grip of it all because it's a lot of moving pieces in one. And what I mean by that is you have the very cinematic intro with a more somber vibe to it, way more melancholy, drawing out emotions, and The actual lyricism is more with the tension and the stress and the agony. I did get a little lost in the middle, and I think by the end I was starting to get a better understanding of it all because it's meant to emphasize really both sides of that situation, the good, the bad, the ugly, the happiness, the sadness, and that very lost feeling of what it's like being without somebody. So by the end, I'd really come around, but there was a few minutes in there I was a little confused, trying to just put my finger on how I felt about everything. From a sonic standpoint, it's produced great. The vocals at this point, I know they're going to sound amazing every time. The verses, I have high expectations all the time too. Delivered on all of that. Video was great as well. It was really just following the storyline I was struggling with a little bit off rip. And so any details you could share with me below that I'm clearly missing, please let me know. But that's one that I enjoyed, but I definitely will want to listen back to because a lot was going on at once. But we're gonna move on to Hold Me Tight.
술잔을 비우니 그리움이 차는구나. 그냥 따지고 볼 걸 왜 난 따지고 봤을까. 길가에 버려진 쓰레기 봉투까지도 바람에 쓸쓸한 소리를 내. 날 배치해 널 좀 거칠했을 뿐인데 정신차려 보니 이미 한 폭의 그림이 됐어. 너와 난 힐포 떨어지면 고장 날 걸 너도 알잖아. 어서 날 알아. 오직 너 하나만 보여. 나 오직 너밖에 난 보여. 공정하지 공평하지 넌 빼곤 다 이젠 단 하루도 나 없이는 please 잡아줘. 날 안아줘.
Harmony is beautiful.
Can you trust me? Can you trust me? Can you trust me?
I like that distorted trust in there too. 다시 보고 싶다고 빌어. 지금 이 순간 따스한 꽃향기 바람도 구름 한 점 없이 맑은 저기 하늘도 다 모든 게 차갑고 저 맑은 하늘도 다 어두워. 너 맘의 시체인 내가 무슨 스위셔. 아파 나 항상 cry cry cry. 나 미치고 너 없이 지치고 네 생각 수시로 다 밍밍워. 매일이 시시로 나를 내 링딩도 기회가 있다 너. 난 달려 시작해. 장미 같은 네 품에 들릴 각오로 다시 너. 오직 너 하나만 보여. 나 오직 너밖에 난 보여. 공정하지 공평하지 넌 빼곤 다 이젠 단 하루도 High pitched notes in there are crazy in the back.
Can you trust me? Can you trust me? Can you trust me? 꽉 끌어안아줘. 표정이 맑으시 모든 걸 대변해. 이별이 밀물처럼 내게 떠밀려오는 걸 대변해. 마지막 이런 걸 알지만 널 놓아줄 순 없는 걸 말하지만 넌 하지만 소용이
It's a great little pass there. Cool reverse section too. I like that. What a note.
Can you trust me?
Right. So that was Hold Me Tight. I really enjoyed that. Production, first off, phenomenal. Really unique blend. Noticed right away they had keys come back in early, and I was like, that might be more of a vibe on this project. I definitely started seeing hints of that on the last project I enjoyed a lot. But at the same time, there are still clearly such strong hip-hop roots with the 808s rocking in there, the hats moving at more of a trap speed. You also have that very distorted, low trust that keeps echoing behind them as well in the chorus. Very hip-hop inspired there. So production was great. I loved in the second half, before they get to that last little variation, they have a high-pass, low-pass situation where they're pulling out all the high end of the song and slowly bringing it back in, so when it clicks back it feels really full again. They create so much movement all the time, combining so many different sounds on production. Really is one of the strongest parts of them as a group that I would guess a lot of people probably sleep on, especially in modern times where you see a project like Arirang bring in so many other producers to where people are like, oh, they're just like the vocalist, because a lot of groups, historically speaking, were more vocalist. And on that front, looking at the vocals, the harmonies are up there with the best of any R&B group. They do such an amazing job amplifying each other's sound, creating unique ambiance with their vocal tones, just building a universe that is constantly progressing throughout the song. I mean, Jimin had some notes in there buried way in the back that were phenomenal, rolling off the end perfectly, adding to the end of a line just to drag it to the next one, creating just these seamless transitions that are brilliant. So I really enjoyed that one. Probably my favorite off the project so far. A really unique combination of multiple sounds where, again, they're really genreless. They are not genre defined, and yeah, it's always something new. All right, but now we got a skit, Expectation.
아니 뭐 1등 그런 거 떠나서 일단 앨범 자체는 좋아. 난 앨범 자체 노래 자체
나 이제 앨범에서 만족할 수 없다. 1등 해야 된다 이제.
맞아.
야 근데 기대를 갖지 마.
아니야 근데 돼 어떻게?
저 사실 앨범
맞아. 아니 저는 어떤 생각을 해야 될지 모르겠더라고요. 야 그 성수 쌤이 그때도 얘기했잖아요. 막 너희들이 뭐 초심 뭐 저거 얘기했는데 되게 막 엄청 기대를 해야 되는지 안 해야 되는지 되게 어떤 생각을 해야 되는지 모르겠더라고요.
솔직히 나 지금 기대 안 하고 있는데.
솔직히
난
기대하지 마라고 해서 기대가 안 되는 게 아니야.
나도 기대를 갖게 돼
아니
그냥.
나중에 아닌데 그 뭐
그렇지.
내가 드는 걱정 그거지 아까 했던 얘기가 또 진짜 기대를 했는데 안 될까봐 난 그게 이제.
근데 되게 웃긴 게
Fair
나는
point.
진짜 기대를 안 했던 곡들이 터져가지고 막 노모드림도 별로 기대 안 했어 진짜로.
아니야
넌 기대하지 마라.
너 아니야 너 노모드림은 느낌 왔다 그랬어.
촉이 왔다 했어.
뭐 초기야 뭐 안 올 수가 없죠 뭐. 뭐야 뭐 대충 잘 되겠다 안 되겠다 약간 이런 건 있긴 하는데 그렇게 큰 기대는 갖진 않았어요. 그리고 에노도
에너는 뭐
너 되게 기대했구나.
그러니까 첫 번째 때 우리가 이제 그런 이미지를 보여가지고 좀 약간
반응이 있었으니까.
좋은 이미지가 있었으니까
좀
그래서 이제 기대를 했는데 이제 약간 그렇게 됐고
좀
상남자도 전혀 기대 안 했어.
설상 망해버렸어.
그냥 진짜
대인전 때 진짜 내가 기대를 엄청 많이 했단 말이야.
야 이번 곡 기대하냐 그래서.
저 기대 안 한다 했잖아.
아 좋아.
방탄의 펠레구나.
야,
아예 폭삭 망할 거라고 생각해.
그래. 아예
홀수로
그냥.
나온 앨범들이 잘 된다고 해.
근데 미성년자도 소득공제 돼요?
뭐래?
아니
뭐
근데 미성년자도 소득공제 돼요?
뭐래?
소득공제 또왜 갑자기?
진짜
왜 나온
Yeah,
거야?
what?
이번에 아우트로
야 난 쌉 있었어.
해가지고
아우트로를 써가지고 이제 소득이 생겼다.
어린 놈이 벌써 이 19살이 벌써부터 이거
본격적으로 저작권료를 먹겠다고.
이제 부모님의 용돈 안 받겠어요.
야 이 친구 이거
소득공제를 왜 하려고 하는 건데?
아니 뭐 솔직히
보는 게 있어야 소득공제를 하지.
솔직히 신경 안
시간
쓰는데
못 보는데 무슨.
뭐 아빠랑 통화하다가 뭐 소득공제랑
이번 달
이제 아우트로 쓰니까 소득공제 해야 된대. 아버지가.
아니
아버지가 그러셨어. 아버지 못 보내요.
I love their skits. Always so unique, so real, just providing a little break in the whole scheme of everything. But now we got Dope.
어서 와. 방탄은 처음이지?
Hey yo ladies and gentlemen 준비가 됐다면 부르게 yeah. 딴 녀석들과는 다르게 내 스타일로 내 스타일로 yeah. 밤새 일했지 every day 네가 클럽에서 넌
4포 세대 5포 세대 그럼 난 6포가 좋으니까 6포 세대 언론과 어른들의 의지가 없다면 우리 싹초식처럼 배려해 해보기도 전에 죽여 enemy 벌써부터 고개 숙여 받아 energy 절대로 포기 you know you're not only no one 새벽은 나보다 예뻐 Can I get a little bit of hope? 잠들 청춘이 get walk go 밤새 일하지 everyday 네가 클럽에 쏟을게 yeah 작은 속들과 다르게
방탄 스타일 거짓말 획들과는 달라 매일이 hustle life I gotta make it fun baby 이런 게 방탄 스타일 거짓말 획들과는 달라 매일이 hustle life I gotta win 난 좀 짜라
Alright, so that was dope. I wonder how this one did out the gate because it was a very in sound to make top lines like that would make a song super memorable. Personally, totally honest opinion, I did not love music like that back in the 2013 to 2016 era. I found songs that had very prominent top lines to get overplayed and the melodies would become sooner annoying rather than just memorable. The verses on that were crazy. RM's verse was disgusting. Unbelievable, really enjoyed them. Even the build-ups I really enjoyed. The only part I do not love is just that kind of horn synth somewhere between a sax or a trumpet. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it's very memorable, the melody. Easy to come on here and be like, okay, this is fun to dance to. But me personally, I've just never gotten into songs like that because I would find that one noise to bother me. I don't know why. It's just who I am, maybe. But when it came to EDM and my taste in EDM over the years, I found myself enjoying more music with bigger drops that were not necessarily as much pop driven, but more melodic house, early Martin Garrix. And not even early Martin Garrix, because I wasn't a big fan of songs like Animals. I'm more of like High on Life with Bond. Those sort of super emotive lyrical songs with very stripped back production until you get to the drop. So something like this I enjoyed. I thought the verses were great, the energy was great, it's a lot of fun, but it's not one personally that I would find myself listening back to a lot, not because of them, but more so just that one really strong melody in there that comes back again and again. I just know it's something that would bother me personally. To each their own though. I'm sure that one did well back then. It got a music video for them, which means it was definitely a pushed track. This is Boyz With Fun.
나도 날 잘 몰라 상관없어 눈치 따윈 빨리 저게 나죠 흥이 난다 흥이 나 여기부터라니 어깨춤을 보인다 Let's ride go with me 저위 정상들이 보이지 일상의 상을 안할 거에 난 이상해지지 정상의 상태로 정상에 못 가요 baby 시동은 됐고 속도는 쾌속 다 바라봐라 오늘은 미칠 거야 말리지 마라 가라 싫은 놈들 집으로 떠나라
I got a little ride. little hat stack there from Jin.
나의 도끼 내 맘대로 다 하고 싶어 나 건들지 좀 마라 맏형이지만 나를 갖고 놀지만 어때 좋게 내 이름은 B 있어 내 옆에지 야야야 스탑 아이 죄송합니다 자 골라 호식이 골라 희망이 안 빼면 시간 가는 줄을 몰라 도로시서보가 시기작하죠 오늘은 내가 술래 미니마니로 헛소리 하지 마라 아키 발로 뒷담화 생각도만 하는 치 발로 너를 이 발로 무릎이 말려 중국어로 치 발로 음악이 흐르는 순간 난 미쳐버릴 것 같아
Such a fun rhythm there.
여기 모여라 흠탄 사람 더 있나 더 뒤로 붙어라 흠탄 사람 모여라 다 여기 모여라 흠탄 사람 더 있나 더 뒤로 붙어라 내게 묻지마 나 원래부터 이랬으니까 나도 널 몰라 처음부터 끝까지 난 나니까
Harmony in the back there was crazy. Alright, so that was Boyz With Fun. That's jumped up to my favorite on the project so far, with plenty of time still for other songs to grow on me, and as they always do, they cycle around. But with that one, what I love most, I feel like they are at their best when they find inspiration from previous sounds, from previous energy, from just other music, but they make it entirely their own. And so with the last song, I felt a bit of that was really in style. They were finding a way to make something in that style and make it their own still, of course, and the verses had that. But this feels more genreless, which is what they are. They are 7 individuals with very unique skill sets being brought together to make something that is one of one. A lot of amazing energy in this. From the second it starts, it has that Uptown Funk, Bruno Mars call and response, like get up on your feet, just enjoy it. And let their vocals create rhythms while bassline just rolls in the background, kind of keeping you there. But they are creating so much rhythm with their vocals and little ad-libs and breaths and scats in the back, while also then stacking with each other, creating different levels of rhythm where there's different amounts of depth throughout the song. I mean, it was beautifully done. Very masterful, very unique. And that's where I feel they're at their best. I mean, where I've grown to love BTS's music most has to do with, of course, the meaning first, but secondary, when the production of vocals come together in a way like something I've never heard before. And I think it's natural most artists have songs in their catalog that feel like they're driven towards certain sounds, but then a lot of the songs, as they were saying in expectations that blew up, they didn't necessarily expect that. And I wonder how much of that is because of what songs get the most excitement from the label, the team, the other producers they work with versus the ones that get them most excited. It tends to be a unique thing. You don't know which song is going to be the biggest or the best, and fans react differently to everything. I'll be excited to look back afterwards and see how this project streamed and look up some of the sales as well, because it's very unique. It's different than everything from the past. Clearly, they are not pivoting sounds, but entering a new world is kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. And when you are experimenting, there are going to be things that are amazing and things that are not so amazing. And everything is obviously on a tiered list, where when I say something's not amazing, it doesn't mean it's not great. It just means it's more like I hold a very high floor for them. BTS has an extremely high ceiling. They can blow the roof off, but they have a very high floor. And so you hold people to those standards. This definitely met expectations. Unbelievable. We're going to keep moving. This is Converse High.
Yeah. What's up? 사람을 만날 거야 그리고 말하겠지 당신이 세상을 구해서는 저 여자들이 다시 태어나게 한 거야 F.E. Shadow, F.E. Alexander McQueen F.E. Rap Simmons 일단 이리 와서 체크해 수많은 님의 두 켤레를 쌓아 내가 원하는 걸 알지 힌트의 정반바지 빨간 Converse High That's it
Alright 봐준 5초 파남보 네 발에 무지개는 shine like Rambo 날 저격해 탕탕 shout out wow wow 네 몸매와 함께만 더 핫핫 Context 그 사이클 conservate No things that Converse like a vroom vroom 저 하늘별보다 오늘은 이 신발의 별을 볼래 다 나와주니 몰래
지면 2년 스며들면 사나이라고 누가 말했었는데
Nice rhyme.
아예 내게 물들어버렸나 네가 좋아 그래도 Converse로는 신지 마 너의 Converse High에 꽂혀나봐 별 수 없나 봐 나는 너의 Converse High에 꽂혀나봐 너무 좋아 다 자꾸 너의 Converse High I really really want you Converse High I really really want you Converse High I really really yeah Converse High Converse High Converse Converse I really hate Converse 화려한 네 겉모습에는 말이야 검정 스타킹에 아찔한 하이힐 그래 그것은 착해 근데도 어울리는 것은 여자 numbers 모르겠니 컨버스 네 매력을 주기는 너겠지 아무튼 날 만날 때는 컨버스를 신지 마 무엇보다 벗기가 무척이나 힘들잖아 지면 2년 스며들면 사랑이라고 누가 말했었는데 넌 아예 내게 물들어버렸나 네가 좋아 그래도 Converse로는 신지 마 너의 Converse High에 꽂혀나봐 별 수 없나 봐 나는 너의 Converse High에 꽂혀나봐 너무 좋아 다 자꾸 너의 Converse High I really really Converse High I really really Converse High I really really Converse High Converse High 너의 Converse High I really really Converse High I really really Converse High I really really Converse High
Converse High
Alright, that was Converse High. Super dope. I love music and songs that just take on a new meaning for something else. So to create an entire song embodying that idea, super unique, super dope. I wonder if there's some deeper meaning or story that maybe led to it. I'd have to imagine there probably is, but I mean, look, everyone had a pair of classic Converse, and I can almost guarantee you, if you were a girl who grew up liking BTS and didn't have a pair, you probably dragged your mom to go get you a pair so you could wear them to a concert or wear them around and feel that way. I'd have to imagine at least. I always got a pair of high Converse on me, somewhere in the closet, so I got a pair of shoes to beat up. When they got too dirty, you get a new pair to beat up. I did find the little verse section about the designer comparison funny because Converse Highs got so in that Comme des Garçons had to start collabing with them, and they became designer. So I found that really funny in Sugar's whole section about, nah, you look better in some Jordans with those 2 3s on. Because I do feel like if you're a Jordan girl, you like to wear Jordans, you probably stick to just really Jordans. Being a Jordan fan is a swag of its own, you gotta drip that. But if you're a Converse person, you probably got a few pairs of Converse, a red pair, a white pair, maybe a light blue pair. I've seen some of the peel back ones. They've experimented in a billion different ways. But that was really unique and fun. And I just love that they, on an album, in a very pivotal point of their career, still just want to do something that feels like them and is just like nothing else. But this is moving on. One more after this, I believe.
Ayo sugar 3년 전 여기 처음 왔던 때 기억해 왠지 형이랑 나랑 맞히고 받고 했던 때 벽지도 화장실도 베란다도 다 파란 집 그때 난 여기가 막 되게 넓은 집인 줄 알았지 but 내 야망이 너무 컸어 그리 넓어 보이던 새 집도 이제는 너무 좁아졌어 17평 아홉 연습생 코찍질이 시절 엊그제 같은데 그래 우리도 꽤 많이 컸어 좋은 걸 몫이었고 불투명한 미래 걱정에 항상 몫이었고 여맛이 상식 선배 가수를 보며 목매였고 했던 꾸지란 기억 잊지 말고 딱 넣어두자고 우리의 냄새가 나 여기선 이 향기 잊지 말자 우리가 어디건 울기도 웃기도 많이 했지만 모두 꽤나 아름다웠어 논현동 3층 고마웠어
Love that.
삶 참 짧고도 길었지 많은 일들이 있고 많은 추억의 기억이 막 떠오르곤 해 떠날 때가 되니까 사용해 흔적들 like 통장 내역 credit card 좁은 평수만큼 더 점점 더 있었고 fight right here 치고받기도 몇 번 그래서인지 운전 미운정 쌓이고 쌓여서 먼지 마냥 이제 치워지겠지 처음보다 짐도 늘고 처음보다 내 스스로 가진 것도 늘었어 이제 자부심을 딱 들고 더 큰 세상 큰 꿈을 나 바라보겠어 새 출발 새 시작 어떤 식으로 또 꾸밀지 기대되는 시간 집 나올라 위치 잡아 먼지 닦아 끝나고서는 수고해 짜장면 하나 That's right
정들었던 이곳과 난요 이사 가자 이제는 더 높은 곳으로
처음 엄마의 뱃속에서 나의 첫 이사 날에 세곤 했어 희미한 기억 나의 이사의 대가는 엄마 심장의 기계와 광활한 흉터였어 2010년 그 해결 대구에서 철없던 내가 이 세상에 크게 재곤했어 상업적 일한 집으로 이사간 대가는 요 바가지 돈 따라기라면 나 향한 손가락질 이처럼 밍사는 내게 참 많은 걸 남겼지 그게 좋던 싫던 내 삶 속에서 많은 걸 바꿨지 내 삶은 월세 나도 매달려 알아 내 자존심은 보증금 다 건 채 하루를 살아 그래서 다시 이사 가려고 해 아이돌에서 한 단계 위로 꿈을 잡히려 해 이번 이사에 손 없는 날엔 언제일까 빠른 시리면 좋겠다
이사 가자 처음 들었던 이곳과 난요 이사 가자 이제는 더 높은 곳으로 텅 빈 방에서 마지막 짐을 들고 나가려다가 잠시 돌아본다 울고 웃던 시간들아 이젠 안녕 이사 가자 처음 들었던 이곳과 안녕 이사 가자 이제는 더 높은 곳으로 텅 빈 방에서 마지막 짐을 들고 나가려다가 잠시 돌아본다 울고 웃던 시간들아 이젠 안녕
Everyone's afraid of changes. Stay, moving on, stay, moving on. We repeating the same things again and again. I guess that's life, friends. Old or new or old, that shit ain't important. What's important is that we still breathe and live in the same place. So let's move on.
Brilliant track. Honestly, really deep meaning, of course, but took me on Sugar's verse directly back to the intro with just him and the idea of taking that shot or not and walking through doors not knowing where it's going to lead you. You create your own luck in life. Everyone needs a little bit of luck to succeed, but you create your luck by working and creating opportunity. Because if you don't, then when luck hits you, what are you going to do with it? You weren't ready. So that was a brilliant track. I loved RM in the beginning with the idea of, hey, even though we're moving on and there were tough times here, don't forget all your baggage. Don't just leave the things you don't want to take behind. Remember them still. Remember the scent of this place to motivate you even further. Beautiful synergies, beautiful meanings and metaphors and similes in that song. Overall, easily one of the deepest cutting. Production is very soft to a degree where it doesn't distract you at all from what they're saying. It just helps create room to breathe. And again, I think my biggest takeaway on this project so far is the rhythm they're creating with their vocal tones, pulling in and out, adding harmonies, adding little ad libs to create unique ambiance to a song in Ear Candy. The best I've heard from them so far, and obviously excluding the newer stuff where they've progressed to another height with Arirang. Like everything over time, you see skill sets get more perfected and fine tuned to where things come easier. But over the years, I've started to hear now the development. Well, for me, a few months and weeks, but over the years of their career and the projects, you can start to feel more of a natural family like bond that obviously has been there from the get go, but it takes time with working together to really just subconsciously know how to do everything together. I mean, look, the Nova Knicks, I'll keep mentioning it. These guys played in college together, and when Mikhail was asked, what's it like playing with two guys you've played with 10 years ago? He's like, I don't got to think anymore. It just free flows. And that's what they got to be like at this point. So I loved it. That was definitely a great stepping stone to the outro, which I think this should be the outro. So love is not over.
그 긴 밤이 널 따라 흘러만 가는 것 같아 이 시간이 널 따라 흐려지는 것 같아 왜 멀어져가 왜 닿지 않을 만큼 가서 Tell me why 멀어져가 why
Beautiful harmonies.
더 이상 내가
Hey,
보이지
Jimmy.
않니 사랑이란 아프고 아픈 것 yeah 이별이란 아프고 더 아픈 것 같아 네가 없으면 나 안 될 것 같아 사랑해줘 사랑해줘 다시 내 품으로 와줘
Great climb there.
매번 잠들 때마다 난 그게 죽기보다 더 싫었어 이 밤의 관이 너와는 그친 것 같아 So I don't know you, you didn't know me 헤어짐의 원인은 꽤나 심플했지 내가 그 말을 말해 넌 안녕처럼 내 시작과 끝을 모든 게 멈췄지 후리적 신호인들 Stop 할 말은 끝났지 눈물과 노이는 That I'm not okay 이 부정을 반복해 내 맘을 읊을 수 있다면 낭독해 이건 바라기자 바람인 girl 끝없는 내 사랑이자 사람인 girl 사랑이란 아프고 아픈 것 yeah 이별이란 아프고 더 아픈 것 같아 네가 없으면 나 안 될 것 같아 사랑해줘 사랑해줘 다시 내 품으로 와 항상 내 앞에서는 웃지 사랑이 내게는 비극이라도 꼭 끝난 뒤에
Beautiful strings.
이별 너에게는 희극이라도 그래 영원한 건 하나 없지 죽을 것 같아도 사랑 없이 영원하게 girl over over love is not over 이 끝이 없는 미련 속에서 날 꺼내줘 사랑이란 아프고 아픈 것 이별이란 아프고 더 아픈 것 같아 네가 없으면 나 안 될 것 같아 사랑해줘 사랑해줘 다시 내 품으로 와줘 사랑이란 아프고 아픈 것 yeah 이별이란 아프고 더 아픈 것 같아 네가 없으면 나 안 될 것 같아 사랑해줘 사랑해줘 다시 내 품으로 와줘 Over Love is not over over Love is not over
Nice stack.
Love is not over
All right, so that was Love Is Not Over. And Beautiful way to end a project. They seem to be at this point in their career as if they're moving on to something new, transitional stage, a lot of different experimentation on this project. Certain things I loved, certain things I didn't love. But to speak on the vocal line first, starting with JK. By the last song, I was just smiling at the fact that when I started this from the beginning, I was obviously a little bit into knowing who they are. I'd listened to Golden and Naughty Dog, but when I got to the beginning of their works, I always said that JK had an unreal natural tenor tone that was special. But this is the first time I'm feeling like it's so fine tuned to where it's fully flawless. Before, there was a lot of raw talent I was sensing, the ability that I knew he was going to grow into being an amazing vocalist. I also knew what was to come. However, this song in particular in this project, flawless. Perfect tonal quality, no hiccups, no nothing, not a single note to be said. And makes a lot of sense. I mean, he had a gifted voice, but he at this point in his career has a few years under his belt of really fine tuning the little details, the syllabants, the pronunciation. And it's one of his biggest strengths, hands down. Jimin, same situation. Countertenor, really difficult role. There were a multitude of layers, harmonies, stacks, background vocals, and lead vocals from Jimin on this project that were phenomenal, that were really special sounding. And so his progression has been amazing. V on the last project, you got a different dose of some more of those gritty, dark tones that showed on here as well. And that had caught me off guard last time. He's a Swiss Army knife. He's doing everything. It doesn't matter if it's high frequencies, harmonies, lead vocals, trap vocals, whatever it is, V is a Swiss Army knife. You can use him in a multitude of different ways. Lastly, with Jin, I think that, again, Jin killed it, but I was more taken aback by Jimin and JK on this project. They really matured here. Just my 2 cents. On the other side of it, Suga was phenomenal in this. Starting with the intro made a statement all the way to the last song, having multiple songs with the final verse being him. The depth of what he was saying was there, and there was a different level of confidence on this project with him, of feeling like he was saying a lot with chest that he wanted to. And I know this is just the tip of the iceberg, as we're about to get into his solo work soon. And I've only heard D-Day on the solo works of the trilogy, but I'm excited to see the 2 stepping stones to get there. A lot of you, when I had mentioned that NF is someone whose work I really love, said I was going to love Sugar's work. And I have different levels of respect for each member of the group and different levels of appreciation for all that they do. I don't know if I would say Sugar's my bias because I haven't listened to everything yet, and I do really, I'm all for them all together. You can't pull one member out of anything different. But in terms of the way I live my life where I struggle with certain imbalances, I feel like mentally I most relate to that way of life, where try and be super positive outwardly, always help others, always be in the mentality of like, hey, like, be optimistic, be hopeful, but I struggle with those things myself due to my own personal traumas and issues I've gone through. So I really appreciate the way he balances that duality of glass half full, glass half empty, because the way I'm able to get through things is by really looking at everything from both angles, taking a step back and just trying to remind myself which is the right way to go down. So killed that there. RM, lyrically, the speed of the rapping, I mean, as I said on RPWP, in order to make projects like that in Indigo, you have to have the skill set to do anything. RM's not a Swiss Army knife. He's the whole toolbox. He can do whatever the hell he wants, and it's going to be something special. And Hobie, honestly, I feel like I heard a little bit less of him on this project. Maybe it was just the emphasis on Sugar to me and RM being the leader that kind of didn't give me as much Hobie on this project. But I also feel like the subject matter wasn't leaning as much into what Hobie thrives in, of the optimism and leading people forward. So, yeah, overall, this was a very unique project. I will need to listen back top to bottom again and like in the car and other places to get a full vibe for it, because very experimental, cohesive, but at the same time, a lot of experimentation. And so what comes with that is not uncertainty from my end, but just the need to listen back multiple times to fully. Some albums I can listen through top to bottom and I get it right away. This one I think I need a few more listens to fully grasp what they were saying, what they were aiming to accomplish, and what they were setting up with this whole moving on situation. So as always, I appreciate you all sticking with me. Let me know in the comments what I clearly am missing, so that way I can learn from you all as well before I listen back again. And I appreciate you all as always. I hope you have a good day, stay blessed, and yeah, I'll catch you soon.